What you know about Fee? She's a boss. What you say about Fee? She's a boss.
Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. For those of you that are new, welcome to Birthing Bosses with Felicia. I am Boss Lady Fee. For those of you that are new, welcome to this amazing platform. I hope that you go ahead and subscribe while you're here. If you are a returning boss, buddy, welcome back to the channel. So today, y'all, we still in the design room, okay? We're still in the design room and I'm still rocking my fro, okay? And I'm cold, so I got my house robe on. I got clothes on, but I'm cold, okay? I know y'all like, why don't you just get a sweater? Because I don't want to. Anyway, y'all, what's up? All right, we are in the design room, y'all. And I want to take it back just a little bit for those of you that are new to Gift Basket Designing. Or if maybe you just forgot and you need a little refresher. Boss Lady Fee want to show you a cheap, inexpensive way, guys, how to get height to your basket, and not just height, but to give you a display board for you to display maybe your candy or your coloring books or different things of that such, okay? When you are designing a gift basket, you want to make sure that everything is not on the same level, okay? We need some things high, then we need some things medium, and then we need to bring some things low, okay? That way you have a staggered effect and people are able to see almost everything in your basket, okay? We don't want everything piled up at the bottom. And then people are like, well, what is that? What is that in there? And how many pieces of candy in there? We want them to be able to look and see without having to ask questions. If they ask questions, it's just because they're just being extra, okay? We want them to be able to look into these baskets and see exactly what's in it without a shadow of a doubt. The other thing I want to bring into play, if you are using books, most of the times they are flimsy, right? I've always taught, and I need to reiterate, that if you have a book, just simply, y'all, this is why I keep the lids. When I cut my boxes, I keep the lids, okay? This is gold right here. This liquid gold. Just stick your piece of cardboard inside of that book. And that way, when you get ready to put it inside of your basket, it can't bend, okay? So we're going to keep that in there, and then I'm going to just put a little piece of tape just to hold it together. And because of the vinyl or whatever this is made out of, you don't have to worry about it tearing when they take it off, okay? So that's that. I'm going to put a little piece across the top to keep the cardboard from coming back up. And of course, to defeat all of this, you can just cut it the actual length of the book. See, right here's a little bit long. I don't want to go through all that. I just wanted to make a point of what you can do. All right, so we're going to set that to the side. Now for the back, okay? And of course, if you just buy some foam board, that would, settle this score right here. But when you're cheap like me, or let me change that. When you're frugal like me, and you like saving coins like me, we're going to use our recycle items, y'all. That's what we're going to do. Just use our recycle items. So I'm just going to come in and tape this together. This does not have to be fancy, nor does it have to be perfect. Why? Because it's going to be covered up. Nobody's going to know. Of course, because this is white, you could actually leave it like that. We're not going to do that. We're going to actually wrap this up to make it correspond. You know what? I think I got. I ain't worried about it. Well, this ain't. Don't worry about it. I had a little strap. Dang it. I had a little strap piece. Scrap. Not strap. I had a scrap piece over there that we could use instead of cutting. Because, baby, I only got a couple more rows of this paper. When I tell you Hobby Lobby did they big good one on this paper right here, we only paid $1 for after Christmas. Not this year, but last year. And I'm almost in it. Oh, my stockpile. But I love these black and white, baby, because you can use it for any holiday. You hear me? Any holiday. black and white. Of course, we're using this for Easter because it's blended in with our Hello Kitty thing. And most of this stuff that I'm using this Hello Kitty basket came from Dollar General and Pop Shelf. Those bags, those book bags, came from Pop Shelf months ago. Paid $1 for those, and also that little pillow slash backpack that fell on the floor, that came from Pop Shelf as well. $4. And this doesn't have to be perfect. I don't want it to be presentable. It doesn't have to be. Everything doesn't have to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? Again, you want it to be presentable, but this is going to be pretty much hidden, so you don't have to spend a whole bunch of time on that. It's okay that the bottom is, because guess what? I'm going to show you. We're just going to slip it right inside our box, and this is going to become our backer. And I can just leave it like that, or I can stick a piece of tape, and I think that's what we're going to do. Stick a piece of tape just to hold it there. So we got that tape back there, and it's crooked, but let's straighten it up. All right, so we got that right there. Cute box that we made ourselves, right? So you can put a variety of different things. You can either put your candy, you can, you know, tape your candy or different things like that. I can take this backpack and I can put that up here. And which I really don't know which one I'm going to use yet, okay? Because I got to see how it's going to lay. Let me pick up this other item that fell. Okay. And really, I might save this because this is actually a backpack as well. But it can be used as a pillow. I think I'm going to save this and make a whole nother concept. I didn't realize y'all so close. I think I may save this and use it as another concept. We'll see. We'll let this be the focal point of this basket. How about that? And we can use that for a whole different concept. I really didn't give thought to it or really even pay attention to the fact that it was a backpack. And I'm like, okay, we got 2 backpacks. It really doesn't make sense. In my design book, it doesn't. Putting 2 of the same thing in there. It's really not a necessity. Again, I'm just kind of playing around with stuff to see where I want to go. I'm going to probably use that in something else. I got another idea of what I want to use in this basket. So let's do our book. I almost forgot that. And slip right back there. All right. We're going to put a little piece of tape to hold that in place. All right. And of course, we're going to cover up our tag right there. Keep you right there. And, all right, well, of course, we're going to use this for one of our snacks. I may move things around. I'm just trying to get a feel of what else I want to put in here. So, of course, I'm going to have to go grab some more items. This right here is so freaking heavy. We could put it here, though. I had so many of these. I think it was last year or the year before, but this is my last one. And I'm ready to get rid of this big jug of bubbles. Big jug of bubbles. I paid a penny for a whole bunch of these. I got a couple of them for, I don't know. They were cents, I know that. But then I remember getting quite a bit of them from a store for a penny. All right. Okay, so we have quite a few options. So let's decide together what we're gonna use. So I have tons of bears or bunnies, shall I say. Bears too. But we got this. I could either stick that back there, which feels that right on the so I think that's cool. And that pretty much sums it up right there. All we gotta do is come in, put a few more little snackies. Little snackies. I ain't even had to decide about any of the other stuff. We'll save other stuff for the next basket. Put some cookies there. Got some animal crackers, some chocolate chip cookies. And you got some bubble gum. That's that. That's that. Oh, I meant to tell y'all, this Hello Kitty sign right here came off of that backpack. Recycle, 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 okay? I don't want to do too much. We're going to leave that alone. All right, y'all know I don't like to put too much in there. Let's cover up that dollar sticker. Put us some shred here. And we're going to be done with this. Wait till I'm at the last bag of this. Shred. I was gonna save it for Mother's Day because like these little pink, yellows, and blues are good colors for Mother's Day. They're good colors for Easter and Mother's Day. And we're gonna get as many of it gone, as much of it gone as possible. I absolutely hate it. It's just too, I don't even know the word for it. Too messy. Too messy. And the little pieces just too small and fine. So, anyway, that's that. And let's cover up our sticker. And I had a whole thing of stickers up here, y'all. I just can't keep up with nothing. And I know a lot of it is just because this table is junky. And I mean, I don't care how much I clean it off. It gets right back junky. And I don't have the time to stop after every single basket and clean it off. I ain't even gonna try to do it. But I'm sure it will help solve the problem. Alright, so we got that covered up. And bam, just like that, we're done. My shrink wrap bag, that's not gonna work. So we're gonna have to wrap this one up. So let's wrap this one up real quick. Let's make it both first. Let's do double. I want to do black and white, or I just want to do pink. Let's do pink and black. Because we ain't coming to play. I normally don't go all out with my bows for Easter. They be cute, but I don't normally go out with my ribbon because I need to save these for my next holiday. So we normally don't go too out. So even though I'm going to be using both of these little cutesies, I'm just going to make a pretty small, but not too small because I got to make it compatible with the size of the box, but we ain't gonna get as big as we could. Now normally I like to use floor satin ribbon for Easter, but I just don't have that much of that. Hardly any actually. I think I got a little bit of yellow left. I gotta find some of that on online because I normally get it from my pottery, from the pottery that's like an hour away when I go to Bath and Body Works outlet. But the prices have gone up tremendously since the pandemic, and they never came back down. As a matter of fact, each time I go, it seems like it's getting higher and higher. And baby, I'm not about that life. I'll just resort to using a whole totally different kind of ribbon than what I'm used to using before I pay that much money for some floor satin ribbon. But I do, like I said, need to look it up because I need some for my funeral flower business that is kicking back up in April. So I definitely need to get some for that. Alright, so we got that done. We'll be back.